Hello, race fans, and welcome to the ViRL Legendary 50. This is the Advanced Legends Season 1 round number 2 here at Five Flags Speedway. Beautiful day out there today. 78-degree air temperature, winds 4 miles an hour, track temperature 110 degrees. I want to thank you all for joining us here at Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, they're running a fixed setup in this series, 3 fast pairs of 50 laps of action coming to you. And before we head on down to the track, let's take a look at that starting grid. We've got Johnny Reinhardt on the pole, Dennis Weeks second, Brian Chu in third position, Benjamin Butler fourth, Kevin O'Brien fifth, Andy Kosalova sixth, Tony Rice seventh, Casey Marshall eighth, and Troy Daniels in the ninth position. Lights are out on the pace car, making their way now through turns 1 and 2 on their final warm-up lap. For the cars these size, nice wide track, plenty of room to race. Ought to get a lot of action here. Pace car is turning in, getting ready for that green flag. And we got the green, and we're racing here at Five Flags Speedway. Reiner gets off to a good start. Dennis Weeks right there. Brian Chu is coming under pressure there from Benjamin Butler. He's going to take that second position briefly, but then Chu fights back coming off of turn 4. He looks like he might hold it as they cross the line. Butler still fighting hard on that outside. And they're ganging up behind him now as well. There's Kevin O'Brien down on the inside trying to make a move, get under Butler. Not able to do it. And, he's slowing down quite a bit there. He didn't hit anything. He just had to get out of the gas, and he dropped all the way back to the back, gathered it up, and try to regroup here and fight back later on in the race. Dennis Weeks now comfortably in that second position. Jody Reinhardt starting to pull away 0.4 of a second ahead of the 97. Brian Chu now is pretty clear in the third spot. Benjamin Butler right there trying to run him down, followed by Casey Marshall, who's got a lot of pressure there from Andy Kosalova. Kosalova's taking a look on the inside of the 36. They go down in turns 1 and 2. And they're door-to-door as they come out onto the backstretch. Marshall trying to fight back on that high side. Doesn't look like she's going to be able to hold him off. The 83 is going to do the slide job right up in the front into that 5th position. A little further back, it's Kevin O'Brien. He's trying to stay ahead of Tony Rice and Troy Daniels. Further back, Benjamin Butler still trying to close in on Brian Chu, almost half a second behind the 11 car. Johnny Reinhardt continues to enjoy a comfortable lead, half a second ahead of second place Dennis Weeks. The top 4 there spaced out pretty good. There's Andy Kosalova. He's comfortably now into 5th. Casey Marshall, she's right now in the 6th position. Tony Rice looks like he's going to go around down on the inside, actually, of O'Brien to pick up the 8th position. Trying to see if he can close in on the 36 of Casey Marshall. Front of the field, you can see that on the track map, the 2 front runners are starting to pull away from the rest of the pack. And 3rd, 4th, and 5th are right there. Let's see what's going on there. They're pretty tight there. Good little battle going on there. Butler has gotten around the 11 of Brian Chu. Here comes Andy Kosalova. He's also going to take a look down on the inside of Brian Chu and might be able to pull this pass off as they go into 3. Looks like they will. He'll move him up to fourth, and behind them, Tony Rice is getting closer to trying to catch Casey Marshall there. That's Kevin O'Brien right behind the 64. Marshall battling to hold off the 64, going down into turns 1 and 2 there. They're running a little bit of a higher line. O'Brien there was running a little lower going into 3 and 4. Still not close enough to really attack. Meanwhile, further up here, there's Andy Kosalova. He's making a move on the 61 of Benjamin Butler. Looks like he's going to get that position as they come to the line. Put Kosalova now up to the 3rd spot. This battle's starting to heat up back here for the 6th position. Casey Marshall right there, and Tony Rice trying to get ever closer to the 36 car. Reinhardt still your leader with Dennis Weeks in 2nd. They're spaced out pretty good. 3rd through, I'd say 5th position are the tightest pack at the moment. Rice now getting a bit closer to the 36. Oh, and the 36 gets into the wall. Oh, no, and they both go into the wall. Boy, that's going to bring out the caution flag. Casey Marshall, she's still running, and looks like they're both missing their hoods. There'll be caution here on lap 19. Both cars able to continue. Jody Reiner now catching up to the pace car. It's like Brian Chu, he's down on pit road. Both him and, let's see, Casey Marshall's coming in. Both getting work done here. They're the only two on pit road. Tony Rice also was involved in that, elected to stay out. And this looks like Troy Daniels, O'Brien are pulling in the pit road in front of him, and Rice continues to stay out. Gain a little track position here. Interesting to see how that works out. Car seems like it's okay, like it's missing the hood, but whether or not there's any other damage remains to be seen once they get back to racing here. Johnny Reinhardt still your leader, and Dennis Weeks still in 2nd place here. Andy Kosalova 3rd. Benjamin Butler and now in the 4th spot. Rice rounding out your top 5. Brian Chu just exiting the pits now, coming around to catch the field. He's followed by Casey Marshall. Kevin O'Brien making his way back around. And Troy Daniels now just exiting pit road. Lights are out on the pace car. It'll be lap 23 on the restart. Pace car is in, getting ready to go green here. And we got the green flag, and we're racing once again here at Five Flags Speedway. Reiner with another great start there. Really got away from Kosalova and company. There's Benjamin Butler, and look at Casey Marshall running up on the inside. Easily gets around Butler. Now trying to see if she can get by Dennis Weeks, and she does. Put her up in the third position. Casey Marshall is on the run now. And she's got the inside line there on Andy Kosalova. She's going to drive right underneath the 36 car. I'm sorry, the 93 car of Kosalova. 36 is Casey Marshall. Now trying to run down the leader, Jody Reinert. Kosalova and Ryan Chu battling for that third position. Chu has it at the moment. Casey Marshall's taking a look down on the inside of Jody Reinert, and she's going to get the lead position here. Lap 20, 25 laps to go. Right at the halfway point here. Casey Marshall takes the lead. Here comes Brian Chu. He's going to move into second position ahead of Reinert. These three are spaced out rather good. I look a little further back. Oh, nice big battle going on here. Benjamin Butler, Kevin O'Brien, and Dennis Weeks battling for position there. Oh no, who was that? Somebody spun around. Was that O'Brien? O'Brien going the wrong way. Waiting for the field to get by, and turns around, and he's able to continue. And before the field comes around, he might end up losing a lap though. I think that might have brought out the caution by him sitting there. Yes, I believe it did. And I believe we're under caution here because he was sitting stationary on the track long enough that it will trigger the caution flag. Still doesn't look like he had any real damage. Just spun it. Oh, and he spun again, almost trying to hurry up and catch up to the field. Still doesn't look like there's any damage to the 84 car. Meanwhile, Andy Kosalova, he's on pit road along with Dennis Weeks. There's Benjamin Butler also coming in. Tony Rice, coming in now to get that work done on that 64 car. He's one of those faster pairs. There it goes right there. Probably going to get some tires too. I see the other cars also getting tires as well, taking advantage of this caution here. They're running along. They're running along very good. Cautions don't come along that often, and pretty lucky to get one to be able to even use a faster pair. Everybody's down and away. That car is completely fixed now for the 64. O'Brien's now on pit road. Looks like he'll probably come in and get some tires, I believe. Now, in these Legends cars, they're not like NASCAR or trucks or things like that. You know, you can't change left sides and right sides. You can only change fronts or rears. So he's getting a 4-tire change, and they put the 2 front tires on first and then the rear tires. Brian's down and away, and probably getting ready to one to go here. He should be able to get around, hopefully, and catch the field. Lights are out on the pace car. It'll be Marshall, Chu, Reiner, Daniel, Kosalova, your top 5. It'll be 18 laps to go when we get the green flag here. And we're racing once again, 5 flags, 18 to go. Marshall got a good jump there. Oh, a little bit of bumping and banging there. Jody Reinert and the 93, Andy Kosalova. Everybody's still running. Look at Benjamin Butler and them back there, tight battling. Him and Troy Daniels. There's the 64 Tony Rice back there as well. Benjamin Butler's trying to see if he can work around the 31 of Jody Reinert for position. Marshall is 3/10 ahead of Brian Chu, who's in second place at the moment. They're battling hard back here. Brian Chu is actually getting closer to Casey Marshall there. Might be trying to think about trying to make a move here for that win. Meanwhile, back here, starting to space out just a little bit. There's Jody Reinert and Troy Daniels right there. Daniels looks like Kevin O'Brien's going to get underneath the 63 car, trying to see if he can take away that 7th position, and he does. Rice also gets by as well. Daniels now falls back to 9th position. Meanwhile, up the front here, boy, Casey Marshall, she's coming under a lot of pressure here from Brian Chu and Andy Kosalova. Dennis Weeks now starting to fall back just a little bit. Marshall trying to protect the inside line and the high side. Kind of hard to do both at the same time. She's going to give it her best shot here. Dennis Weeks looks like he's going to try to make a move on the 11 car to try to get back to the 3rd spot. He's going to get it for the moment. As we cross the line, it'll be 12 laps to go. They're continuing to run here. Marshall's trying to hold on. A lot of pressure now from Andy Kosalova. Kosalova trying to hold on to the 2nd position himself. Dennis Weeks fighting hard on the outside. Kosalova's getting close to trying to make a move here on Marshall. Trying to get a nose up under the 36. Oh, it got close there on touch wheels just a little bit. The door isn't quite open just yet. Marshall doing everything she can to hold off a charging 93. And I think he might have it this time, folks. He's got the position down into turns 3 and 4. They're door to door as they come to the line. I think he scored in the 1st position as they cross the line, and he's now starting to pull away just a little bit. She's kind of stuck on the outside just a little. Dennis Weeks now trying to get underneath the 36 as well. Fighting hard for that 2nd position. Weeks is going to manage to get by Casey Marshall, move into the 2nd position. Meanwhile, Andy Kosalova, he's going to try to see if he can check out as much as possible. Almost 0.4 of a second ahead of Weeks with 7 laps to go. There's Brian Chu, and he's a lot of pressure from Benjamin Butler. There's Kevin O'Brien looking on the outside. Marshall now showing in 3rd position, trying to hold on to that 3rd spot as these cars behind her now starting to close in. Butler now is getting a nice run underneath Brian Chu. Kevin O'Brien ran wide again. The 64 Tony Rice managed to get under him there. Rice now into the 6th position. Tony Rice now also getting under the 11 of Brian Chu, moving Rice to the 5th spot. 5 laps to go. Kosalova is still ahead, 0.3 of a second ahead of Dennis Weeks. Benjamin Butler putting all kinds of pressure on the 36 of Casey Marshall for that 3rd spot. There's Butler now. I think he's got underneath the 36. I think he's going to get that position as they go down to turn 1. And Kevin O'Brien is hot on the heels of Tony Rice as well. Oh boy, they're all getting bunched up together there. Oh, and the 36 and the 64 get together again. Marshall, she managed to hold on to it. Great save there by the 36. That's got her on that high line, though. The door is wide open for 2 or 3 cars to roll on through there, the 64 and the 84. The 11 also is going to get by the 36. 2 laps to go. Rice now into the 4th position, followed by Kevin O'Brien. Benjamin Butler is safely in the 3rd spot, over 0.6 ahead of Rice. Dennis Weeks, he's not that close. He's a half a second behind Andy Kosalova, who is going to come around to the checkered flag, and he will be your winner today here at Five Flags Speedway. Andy Kosalova. He was riding back there a little further, a good portion of the race, and trying to save his equipment. Managed to pour on the pressure right when he needed to and get himself right up there to victory lane. Andy Kosalova, ladies and gentlemen. While he's making his way around the victory lane, let's take a look at your finishing order. Andy Kosalova is your winner. Dennis Weeks second. Benjamin Butler third. Tony Rice fourth. In fifth, we have Kevin O'Brien. Brian Chu in the sixth position. Casey Marshall seventh. Troy Daniels eighth position. And Jody Reiner, who started on the pole, ended up finishing ninth. Always want to thank you for joining us here for the ViRL Legendary 50 Season 1 Advanced Legends round number 2. Congratulations once again to our winner, Andy Kosalova. And as always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we want to wish you all a pleasant evening.